Will that be debit or credit?
Both.
What do you mean, both?
Yeah, what do you mean both?
Well, my extra debit card lets me build my debit with everyday purchases and gives me some pretty awesome reward points too.
Debit that builds credit?
Yep, debit that builds credit.
Debit that builds credit?
Bingo! Debit that builds credit.
Debit that builds credit?
How does this extra debit card actually build your credit?
Well, when you swipe your card, Extra pays you for your purchase and then pays itself back the next month. At the end of the month, Extra adds up all of your transactions and reports them to the bureaus as credit-worthy payments. And there you have it, debit that builds credit.
Debit that builds credit?
Bingo! Debit that builds credit.
Debit that builds credit?
Bingo! Debit that builds credit.
Debit that builds credit.
Debit that builds credit?
Nope, Extra charges no interest ever. That way, you don't have to worry about potentially going into debt just to build debt and earn debt points.
Is there a credit check?
Debit that builds credit?
No, there's no reward points. Extra connects to your existing bank account so that you spend more than you have. And because Extra has a 99% approval rate, it's great for everyone, no matter what your credit score is.
Debit that builds credit?
Bingo! Debit that builds credit.
Debit that builds credit.
Yeah, debit that builds credit.
No credit check! No credit check! No credit check! Finally, no credit check!
No one's getting credit check today!
Thank you, Extra.